All right, so as you see on the screen, I have a chair out today. And the reason for that is we're going to do modifications of poses that we know, because there are a lot of people out there that would like to do yoga and may have some issues. So get your chair and have a strap close by, because we're going to need it. And it's going to be a good place for us to warm up. Hi, Miss Betty. And see, there's one right there. Get a chair, Betty. You can do this. All right. So have a seat in your chair. I feel like Mr. Rogers. I'm taking off my shoes. And you can sit back comfortably in it just for a moment. Hands on your knees. You can have palms up, palms down. And just lengthen that spine. Take that tailbone rooted into the earth and lift at the crown of your head up toward the sky. Shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. And there's a smile on your face this morning. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And then envision that breath coming up the back of your body as you inhale and down the front of your body as you exhale. Feel your spine lengthen as you take that deep inhalation. And feel your shoulders melt away from your ears as you exhale. And just do that for a few moments. And just focus on that breath. Focus on the body. Start to feel it begin to relax. Feeling like it's in a great place this morning. And then I gently want you to take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take that right hand, gently place it on your left shoulder, just adding a very little bit of weight, but enough to give that neck down from that ear down into that left shoulder a good stretch. Nice deep breaths here. If you're new to yoga with me, you know that I like uneven breath, so let's just think about 3 breaths for everything we do. Then release your hand from your shoulder, bring your head back to center, and then take that left ear toward the left shoulder. Place your left hand on your right shoulder. And just give that neck a little stretch. You might have some tension, some stress, some worry. We need to get rid of all that. Then release. Bring your head back to center. Now I want you to look over your right shoulder. And then drop your chin down so that you're looking over the corner of your chair. And think about where this stretch is coming from. It's down that muscle that runs down the back of your neck, into your upper back, also into that shoulder. Just take nice deep breaths, letting that head relax down. Now bring that head back up the same way and back to center. Look over your left shoulder. Drop your chin. Deep breaths, close your eyes. Each exhalation, that head drops further. Good stretch. And then bring that head up and back to center. Now, drop your chin to your chest. Let that head become heavy with breath. Each exhalation, that chin comes closer to the chest. And then bring that head back up. We're going to add that stretch from sternum up to our chin. Take your chin forward and then look up safely, rotating that head on the top of that spine. And feel that stretch down the front of your neck. And then release. Come forward on your chair. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground. Your knees don't have to be together. They can be slightly apart. And we're going to reach back, if you're forward enough, and take a hold of the back of that chair and come forward. Chest expansion with the help of the chair. For those of you that are used to doing this standing, you can take your arms out and reach back, drawing your skin around your spine. Either way. And then come back up. Now, cup your hands over your knees. Tuck your heart towards your spine, your navel towards your spine, and give me a nice little cat back stretch. So see, you can do cat-cow sitting in a chair just as well as you can do it on hands and knees. And that's what I want to kind of accomplish today and show you that if you have knee issues, if you have vertigo issues, if you can't be down on a mat, here's the way that you can do the same poses sitting in a chair. Let's bring it back up, straighten that spine. Take a deep breath, reach back again. Same as cow pose. Nice stretch. Inhale, exhale, back into cat back stretch. There's so many different ways to do these two poses together. One more time, inhale. Let's take it back and stretch. For those of you that haven't done yoga with me lately, maybe this is a great place for you today to start out. Get yourselves back into yoga set mind and body. We can all use a piece of mindfulness and quiet. And just thinking about breath, thinking about our bodies stretching. Bring that spine up. Okay, so cat-cow seated. We're going to get up, and now I'm going to go, and I'm going to turn my chair, and I'm going to go to the back of my chair, and I'm going to go back so that my arms are stretched. I'm holding onto that chair. And a lot of my classes do this in Total Fitness, and you don't know that you have no clue that this is actually a chair yoga pose. We're going to go into downward facing dog. So you're going to take that tailbone, reach it back, stretch your arms forward, crown of your head pressing forward, abdominals tucked in, protecting that spine, and stretch. Good way to do down dog if you can't do it down on the mat. We try and give you modifications for everything because we don't want you to miss your yoga practice. Now, you can do cat back stretch here. Arch that back up. Tuck that tailbone under. Press that heart up towards your spine. Oh, nice stretch. Now, cow pose. All you're going to do is drop your navel toward the mat or toward the ground and just let your rib cage drop toward the ground. Give that lower back a good stretch. Let's add some breath to this. Take a deep inhalation. Inhale up, cat back stretch. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. Now come back up to your down dog. Take your right hand, bring it to your hip. Take your left hand, bring it to your hip. Soften those knees and roll that spine up. Come up slowly. We don't want you to get lightheaded. And come back to your chair. I want you sitting at the edge of your chair. Get your strap. All right. So So most of your leg is off that chair, just kind of hanging on to the edge of that chair. We're going to take our right foot forward, keep our spines nice and straight, and put the strap around your right foot. Keep that spine straight. I want you to keep that stretch from sternum up to your chin. So you're going to be looking straight forward. Take a deep breath and just using that strap, pull yourself forward. Forward fold. Try and keep your shoulders as open as you can. And you're going to feel a stretch down the back of that right leg. Great hamstring stretch. Then tuck nail to spine, release and roll up. Switch sides. Great way to get that hamstring stretched out. Don't have to be on a mat. You can be right here in the chair. All right, lengthen. Take a deep breath and lean forward. You can walk your hands down that strap. You can get closer. Remember, exhalation creates movement. So each time you exhale, you can move just a little bit further. Then release and roll up. Now, just set that strap aside. You just lay it across the back of your chair. And put that right foot forward again. This time we're going to go a little bit further. I want you to bring that arm up, shoulder height. Now, reach forward and float your hand down. See if you can get a hold of your ankle, even the back of your knee. Something that's going to pull you forward. So, shin, back of the knee, ankle, or your toe. You can use your middle and index finger, grab hold of that big toe, and keep looking forward. Keep that stretch, sternum to chin. My left hand is gently resting on my left thigh. A little more intense stretch, except now I'm feeling it on the entire right side of my body. Breathe. Then release and roll up. Change sides. Flex that foot up. Lengthen that spine. Arm comes up, shoulder height. Reach out over those toes and then float that hand down to wherever it lands. Back of the knee pulls you forward. Shin, ankle, or big toe. Nice stretch. Create that stretch all the way down that left side. Then release and roll up. All right. So we've done a little back stretching. Important muscle we need to stretch is that hip flexor. So let's swivel this left leg out to the side of your chair. You've got a stool maybe, and then take this knee directly down up below the right hip. Spine is straight. Bring this arm up shoulder height, and we're going to lean forward and then come back and create that stretch. There it is. Knee up to your waist. You can feel that hip flexor stretching. In the past 5 months, this particular muscle in our body has probably taken a vacation. How's that? We need to get it back working for us. Keeping the front of our bodies open. Come back. Come back to center. Let's go to the other side. So swivel that right leg out. Drop that left knee down. Make sure you're holding on to the back of that chair. Drop that knee down. Here, I have the top of my foot pressing into the ground. Take that arm forward. Reach forward. And then lean back. Let those shoulders relax away from your ears. Come back to center. Now, take and place our right ankle on our left thigh. And a lot of times here, I actually do have people that that's hard for them to do this. So I ask them to just take your ankle, cross it over your left ankle, and just let that leg drop open. And you can get the same opening of that hip. So whatever works for you. If you've got it up on your thigh, hold on to the outside of your foot and the outside of your knee. Lift up out of your hips, lengthen that spine. Take a deep breath and hinge forward. Let the stretch do its work. Coming down through that back, down through that gluteal muscle, down the outside now of this thigh, of this leg. Keeping that IT band to a good stretch. If you're down here, I suggest that you lengthen that spine, hands on both knees, and just lean forward. You might just want to put a tiny bit of pressure on the inside of this knee, not much, and just open it up. Either one works. So in chair yoga, this is actually pigeon pose. We actually do this on the mat, and we will probably give that a try a little bit later when we get to that mat. All right, pick that leg up, do some ankle circles. Got to keep those feet and ankles limbered up. And then release. Left ankle, right thigh. Holding on to the outside of the foot, the outside of the knee. Lengthen that spine. Lean forward, hold, and breathe. If you're down here, again, lengthen. Come forward, hold, and breathe. Maybe give that inside of that left knee a little push. Not much. Don't want to do any harm. And then come back up. Pick this leg up, do some ankle circles. All right, so we've done a good job of warming our bodies up in the chair. Let's try one more thing. We're going to come up, we're going to go back to the back of that chair. I'm going to turn mine sideways. And I'm just going to do some leg swings and some hip opening just to get more limbered up for the mat. So left hand on your hip. I'm going to start here. I'll start with right leg. We're just going to swing it forward, swing it back. Just swing. You might not get a really high kick. We don't want you. We're not here to get high kicks. We're here to get this joint warmed up. And just swing. Usually like to do about 10 of these. And then I'm going to bring my knee up, arm out, and I'm just going to open up this hip. I'm not even going to move that arm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feel it? Yeah, shake it out. Go to the other side. Good way to warm up that lower body. And then swing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your knee up. Try and keep it at waist height and take it out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't have to be fast. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And release and shake out those legs. I can feel warmth going on in those joints. I got them pretty warmed up. All right, let's go to our mat. let's put our feet together, toes together, heels apart about an inch. And just take a moment to center and ground. Tadasana pose or mountain pose. Sometimes we like to turn our hands forward. They can just rest at your side. I just want you to take some nice deep breaths here, grounding and centering. Let your feet root themselves into the earth. Let the crown of your head reach toward the sky and feel that spine lengthen. We're going to step our feet about hip width apart. I want you to softly bend your knees. And we're going to roll down. Now, if again you have vertigo problems, you have any problems where you can't get your head below your heart, go back to that chair into downward facing dog. Ready? Let's go. Just let those arms dangle in front of you. Shake out your head. Deepen your knees and come to fingertips with cup palms. Here I like to do what I call 5 breaths. Right now I'm pretty bent in my knees. And with each breath, I'm going to lift my hips a little higher, come back down. So on the 5th breath, my legs will become straight. So let's give it a go. Take a deep inhalation. Lift. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up. This time your legs are straight. Bring your hands to your shins. Press into those shins and come up into a flat back. Look forward. Add that stretch, sternum to chin. Hands to your hips. Release and roll up. Bring your hands up overhead. Inhale up. Bring them down, shoulder height. Draw them back. Chest expansion. And let them float down to your tailbone. Shoulders rolled back and down. And you can just stay right here. Or see if you can lift those arms back. And then release and shake it out. All right, come back. Feet hip width apart. I'm going to take this right arm up and over into crescent pose. You're going to feel a stretch all the way up that body. Now here again, we can do a modification. If we have any neck issues, cervical neck issues that you cannot look up, or if you have any kind of vertigo problems and it's hard for you to lift up, it gets you out of balance, look straight forward. Otherwise, the rest of it, I want you to turn and look up your arm into the palm of your hand. Feeling that stretch, sternum to chin again. Then release, look down at your left toes. There's that stretch down the back of your neck again. Inhale, exhale that arm down. Now, inhale, left arm up and over, crescent. Oh, one side's going to feel different than the other. I know this is a big difference for me. And again, any neck issues, keep looking straight forward. Otherwise, turn and look up your arm into the palm of your hand. You know what else this creates is a little balance. Inhale, exhale, and look down at your right toes this time. Inhale, exhale that arm down. Bring your hands to heart center into prayer. Step your feet out. And It's up to you how wide you want to be. You can step them way out or not. Toes kind of pointed to the outer corners of your mat. And I want you to sit into a squat. However deep that can be for you. Keep that spine straight here. You don't want to be leaning forward or you're going to fall forward. And then we're going to do a little flow. We're going to inhale, arms out. Exhale back, namaste. And inhale out and exhale back. And inhale out and exhale back. And inhale out and exhale back. One more time. Inhale out and exhale back. Press up. Walk those feet in. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Always protecting those knees. And then release those hands down. Tadasana. Mountain pose. All right. I think we're ready for some warrior. If you need a chair in front of you, you get it. You put that chair in front of you, and since mine is kind of, I think I can do this so that you can still see me. So there it is. It's there for support. Take your legs out wide with your toes pointing toward the long edge of your mat. Bring your arms up, and we're going to give this a try. Drop those fingers down. If you're been doing yoga for a while and you can get those feet underneath those fingertips, that's wonderful. If you've not been doing yoga for a while, however wide your legs are, we'll take it. And you'll get there, don't worry. Fold those hands down. Shoulders roll back and down. Think about that tailbone dropping toward the earth and the crown of your head reaching toward the sky again. We're going to go into a warrior pose. And that chair's here to take a hold of if you need it. We're going to go toward the right. So I'm grabbing the chair with my left hand, and I'm going to turn my right toes directly toward that top of my mat, the short side of my mat. And then I'm going to turn my left foot so the heel turns back about 45 degrees, not all the way back. Legs are still straight. And in yoga, our foundation is from our waist down to the mat. So hang on if you need to. We're going to take this right knee right out over that right ankle. Back leg stays straight. It's our stability. It is what is holding us up in this pose. So to make it even more stable, I want you to take that thigh muscle, contract that muscle, just bring it in, harden it. Just take it so it wraps around that bone and keeps you stable. You've got your hand on that chair just in case you need it. If you don't need your hand here, up we go, warrior arms. If you're here, your front arm can be out, or give it both a try. You can always reach here if you're feeling not stable. And look out over your right fingertips. Look back at that left arm. Make sure that they are parallel with the floor. Now I want you to take this right knee drop and take it out toward the pinky toe on that right foot and create that stretch on your inner thigh. If you feel like you've leaned forward, come back. Straighten that spine. Take a deep breath and sink a little deeper. Drop your left hand to your side. Let it rest. Right palm to the sky, and up we go into reverse warrior. And again here, you can be looking straight forward, out toward the top of your mat. Or if you have no neck issues, up at the palm of your hand. Breathe and sink and stretch. Reverse warrior. Then inhale, exhale back. Straighten that leg, parallel your feet, and release your arms down. Easy enough. Warrior 2 to reverse warrior. Left toes toward the back of the mat. Hold on to that chair if you need to. Turn those left toes toward the short side of that mat. That right heel turns back. Take that left knee now directly out over the ankle and out towards your pinky toe. There's that stretch again. And we've taken this muscle in this right thigh and just wrapped it around that bone. Float your arms up. Sink deep. Look out over those left fingertips and hold this pose. Then drop your right hand to the side. Left palm to the sky. Take it up. Reverse warrior. And again, either look straight forward out toward the back of that mat or up at the palm of your hand. Let this right shoulder drift away from your ear. Just let that right side be relaxed. Keep those legs stable and strong. And sink into the pose. Bring those arms back. Straighten that leg. Parallel your feet and release your arms down. Okay, here comes a modification. I've got my chair right here, so I'm going to do that first. The rest of you kind of know what you're going to do. We're going to go down into standing straddling splits. And our standing straddling splits with this chair is going to keep our feet right here with our toes pointed forward, except we're just going to push this chair forward and go down with our ears between our elbows, never getting that head below our heart. If we're going all the way down to the ground, down we go, fingertips with cupped palms. Release your head, shake it out. Reach over, grab a hold of your ankles, and give that spine a nice rest. If you can get your legs out further, go ahead and do that. If we're stretched out enough. And then those of us that are down on the floor, press up, look forward. If you've walked those feet in, walk those feet out, walk them back in a little bit. Bend your knees, hands to your hips, and come up slowly. Walk those feet in, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Shake out your legs. Okay. All right. We're going to do a pose that we're going to start with the, not the hardest way, but the modified way, standing. So you need a block. And again, if you want your chair, have your chair beside you. We will actually take this pose to the chair, but we're going to start standing. So take the block, place it on the left side of your foot, biggest, widest, flat side down. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to do eagle pose. And I'm doing an easier version than the real eagle. But if you've got your chair right here, you can do it with me. So let's start. Most important part in eagle pose, and if you think of the movie The Karate Kid, it's not the first movie, but when he's out in the ocean standing on that pylon, it's kind of what we're going to do. Don't be afraid. I want you to sit straight down, because if you sit and lean forward, you're going to fall forward. So we're just going to bend our knees and sit back like there was a chair behind us also. You don't have to go far. And we're going to start by taking this right leg, crossing it over the left leg, and placing our toes on that block for stability. Once you get there, you go, oh, this is not so bad. Shoulders are open. Now, here comes the back stretch part. Take your right arm forward with the palm up. Take your left arm and you're going to cross it over, both palms toward the sky, cross them over, and then wrap those forearms around each other. I like to take a hold and wrap and grab a hold of my left thumb. If you can't get that far, just put the backs of your hands together. Keep those fingers straight as if they were in prayer. And now they're resting on your chest right this minute. We haven't added the stretch yet. And now we're going to lift those arms up shoulder height. And there comes that stretch across our back. We are balanced, we are stretching, we are focused and breathing. Bring those arms down. Release them. Come up, straighten that left leg, and then bring that right leg around. Not so bad. Move the block to the other side. If you have to move the chair over there for some insurance and stability, go ahead and do that. This is a really fun pose, so we don't want anybody to miss this one. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath. Spine, stay straight, sit down, sit back. Crossing left knee over right. Get those toes on that block. Get yourself stable. Then bring that left arm forward, right arm forward. Right crosses over left, and they wrap around. You can grab a hold of that thumb, backs of the hands together. Fingers are as if they were in prayer, straight up toward the sky. Your upper arms are resting on your chest right now. And now take a deep inhalation and lift. Here comes that stretch across your back. See if you can take your breath, press it into your upper back. And then release it down. Release those arms. Straighten the right leg first and bring in that left leg over. Okay, not so bad. All right, so now you can even use this block in the chair. Come back and sit at the edge of that chair again. If you want, go ahead and place that block on the outside of yours. Except you know what? You don't need it because it's not going to get that far. There's no way. So you're at the edge of your chair. Start again with your hands at heart center. And just like you were reading the newspaper in the morning, for those of you that do, cross your right leg over your left. Now, in seated eagle pose, I like to try and keep my lower legs together. So just get them together. If you can wrap your toes around the back of your left leg, go ahead and do that. Here we go again. Right arm comes forward. Left arm comes forward. They cross, intertwine, and rest on your chest. Take a deep breath. Lift. Seated eagle. Don't have to worry about the balance part here, but you've still got all the stretching going on. So if you've never done yoga before, you can do yoga. You can do eagle. Bring it down, release, and uncross your legs. Oh, take a deep breath. Left leg crosses. See if you can get those toes back behind. Keep those legs together. Left arm comes forward. Right arm comes forward. They cross right over left. Left over right, sorry. Let those arms rest on your chest. Take a deep breath. Left. Great stretch for that upper back. Then release down and uncross. Okay, uncross those legs. Go back into your cat back stretcher. I think our backs need a stretch. Make sure your chin is tucked to your chest. Then come up, lift up out of those hips, reach back, and let's do a nice chest expansion. Get that upper body stretched out from that pose. Go back to your cat back stretch. This is also very similar to those of you that know round and release the spine. Same thing. Lift up. Inhale, exhale, reach back, stretch. And then release. All right. Keep those chairs if you need them by your mat. If you need to get down, we're going to go down on the mat. If you need to use that chair to get down, there it is. And come up. Let's go down on the mat. I'm going to bring my strap with me in case I need it. And remember, I do this in my other class all the time, so let's do it here. Start at the bottom of your mat. If you have a hard time getting down and you're not going to use that chair, you're going to bend at the knees, come over down to fingertips with cup palms, walk your hands forward, down on your knees, and walk it out. And I want you to sit with crossed legs for just a minute. All right, so you go, I have the hardest time crossing my legs. Try putting the bottoms of your feet together. Let's all do this, into butterfly. Take a hold of those ankles and flutter your knees. If you were with me last week when I was telling you about maturing and our hips, this is one of the poses where, and years ago I could do it, I could lay my legs down flat on that mat. As I've aged, I have not been able to do that as much. So fluttering is fine. It kind of helps to open up that hips because you can feel when you start to get arthritis in those hips, it's harder. So what we don't want to do is ever press them down, because what we're doing then is we're taking and we're putting that ball, the ball in the socket, you're pressing the ball of that leg into the hip socket and going bone against bone, and that is not healthy. So just take it easy. Be kind to your body. Love your body. Be glad your knees can do this. Bring those legs together. We're going to take the left leg straight out. We're going to put this, the right leg straight out. Put the left foot at either your inner thigh, your knee, or your calf. Get that strap again. So you know how we did this in the chair? Now we're going to do it on the ground. So if it's hard to get the foot at your inner thigh, move it down to your calf. That's not a problem. Or your knee. Take that strap and once again, put it around that right foot. Lift up. So this is, what we did in the chair was a modification of this pose, which is a forward fold toward the right leg. So lengthen that spine, take a deep breath, stretching again, sternum to chin, bring yourself forward and look over those toes. You should be pretty loosened up by now because we've done this stretch and we've swung our legs. Now I want you to tuck your chin to your chest, take a deep breath and draw the crown of your head towards your toes, as if you were taking your nose to your knee. Again here, if you've got your block close by and that knee that you've got bent is feeling a little stressed, put the block underneath it. Helps relieve the stress. Then release and roll up. We're going to change sides. You can move that block to the other side. Again, inner thigh, knee, calf. Block can go under this knee. Strap goes around the left foot. These are wonderful stretches. And now you're going to have this video to go to whenever you need to do this. Just turn me on and I'll be there to help you. Take a deep breath. hinge forward. Look out over those toes. If you feel like you can let go of that strap and reach that foot, go into a deeper fold. Take a deep breath, tuck your chin to your chest, the crown of your head toward those toes. So you can take poses as deep as you need to, or not. You just want to stretch out that body. Keep it nice and flexible. Release and roll up. We're going to do both legs in a forward fold. So take them both forward. Strap around both feet. Sitting up tall onto those sit bones. Keep that stretch, sternum to chin. Take a deep breath and hinge forward. Walk your hands down the strap. If you can get to those toes, grab a hold of them. Nice stretch all the way through that body. Drop your chin to your chest. Take the crown of your head, nose to knees. Tuck navel to spine, always protecting that lower back. Release and roll up. Go back into butterfly. See how it feels now. I feel a little bit better. Oh, yeah. Get those legs working. Okay. So, we did pigeon in the chair. Should we give it a try on the mat? Come on. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to start by bringing our hands forward. Spread your fingers wide and go up into downward facing dog. Just for a moment. And we're going to bring this right knee up to the back of our right wrist. I would say, think about having this big clock underneath you. And your knee's over at 2 o'clock. And your foot's across the mat at 8 o'clock. And then take this left leg onto the top of your foot and slide it back. This is where I always think of the pigeon. It's a pigeon tail. And you're getting a really good stretch now through that left hip flexor. Bring your hands back under your shoulders, up onto fingertips with cupped palms. Press up, look up. Might want to look behind you and make sure that leg is straight. And then we're going to gently, keeping that heart pressing forward, come down onto your forearms. And if you've gotten this far, this is as far as you can go because now that right hip is talking to you, stay here. You can stack your fists. And just breathe into that right hip. This is a hip opening pose. I'm sure you can feel it. If you feel like you can go further, you can walk your hands out and lay your entire body down. This really puts a little stress on that hip and stretches those muscles. So you really got to breathe. And then come back up onto your forearms if you've gone all the way out. We're going to press back up into pigeon. Press up. Look up. And then walk your hands forward. Tuck your toes under. And we're going to take this leg up into the air for just a minute and shake it out. Feels like I went to sleep. Come back down into your down dog. And now bring that left knee to the back of the left wrist. So now the left knee is, and that clock that's underneath you is over at 10 o'clock, and those toes are across the mat at 4. Slide that right foot back. Bring those hands under the shoulders. Press up into your pigeon pose. Look behind, the leg is straight behind you. Keeping that heart pressing forward, come down onto your forearms first. See how that's feeling? Remember, each side feels different. Stack your hands here if you want. Or if you're feeling pretty limber in this side, you can take those hands, walk them out, and lie down. Come back up. Back up into your pigeon. Press up. Look forward. Then walk your hands back forward. Keep those fingers spread wide. I'm on full palms here. Tuck those right toes under, and you're going to take this left leg, I call it up into the sky, and shake it out. Yeah. Bring it back. Go ahead and bicycle your legs now. See how they feel. And then come down on your knees. Sit into a child pose. And here you can sit into just a regular extended child pose. You can take your knees out wide. Sit into a wide leg child pose. Just place your forehead on the mat. Put your arms behind you and just rest. Maybe we just really deserve a wide leg child pose rest. All right. We're going to go down all the way on our backs. If you can get there. So turn yourselves around. And come on down. Bring your knees to your chest. Oh, yeah. Nice lower back stretch. Kind of rock side to side. Extend that right leg out. Keep that left knee and take it up toward your left shoulder. Let's do wind frame pose. So drop your right hand to your right hip. Take your left hand to the inside of the thigh and just gently drop this leg open. I'm not pushing. I'm just using my hand as just a lightweight. We do a lot of hip opening in yoga. So if you know that you've got tight hips, lots of arthritis going on there, this is a good place to be. Bring that leg up. And now I'm going to gently tuck my right hip under my left, and I'm going to draw this left leg over, left arm is out. Just draw it over and give my lower back a good stretch. Come back to center. Both knees to chest. And then rock side to side. And then we're going to extend this left leg out long. Right leg stays, and we're going to press it up toward the right shoulder. When we take the legs, the knees out to the shoulders like this, it's also a massage of the ascending and descending colon. So it's another added, it's a bonus to this pose. All right, let's drop that left hand to your hip, right hand to the inside of that leg. Take it out. Feel the opening of that hip. Remember the 3 breaths? It's a good time to focus on the 3 breaths. Then come back to center. Tucking that left hip under. Extend that left leg out again. Right arm goes out to the side. And draw this right leg over the left hip. You can feel that stretch across the upper part of that lower back. Come back to center. Knees to chest. Rock side to side. All right, take those legs out long. Let's do a little release of the central nervous system. So I want you to take your hands and place them palms up, down and up at your sides. Open up those shoulders. And then just pressing those heels into the mat, start those feet flicking back and forth and back and forth. And your body's just going to go up and down and up and down at that head. And it's just giving that spine, just kind of putting it all back into the places it should be. Kind of relaxing the muscles around that, hold that spine in place and together and support it. And I like to just stop, take a deep breath, and just let my body rest for a minute. Focus on your breath. Taking that breath in through the nose, down to the very bottom of your lungs. And just knowing that for the past almost hour, you have taken your total focus to your body, your mind, your breath. And let the outside world just melt away. Bring your knees back to your chest. Roll onto your right side. And gently and slowly press up, either into butterfly, potted palm, whatever works for you. Remember to come up off this mat. You've got that chair if you need to. So use it. Close your eyes. Tuck your chin to your chest. Check in with your body. See how it's feeling. And then slowly open your eyes. Just letting that light slowly filter in. Lengthen your spine. Lifting the crown of your head to the sky. Give me a nice deep breath up. Hands come together. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. Bring your hands through heart center into prayer once again. From that place in me that I find most dear, to that very same place in you, namaste. My spirit honors yours. You have a wonderful day. Hope you had a good stretch. Hope that if you were new to this class, you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And I miss you, and I love you all.